Good evening, everyone, and namaskar. I just warm welcome to all of you, all the dignitaries, respected faculty members, and dear participants. I am delighted to share that yesterday's session was conducted successfully and filled with a great insight and active participation from all of you. So thank you for your enthusiastic involvement and contribution that make it such a memorable day. Thank you so much, everyone. And now I just want to welcome our today's prominent speaker, Dr. Mohan Agarwal, sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the ATAL FDP.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, can you put the presentation from there?
Yes, of course, sir. After your little introduction,
and give me
sir,
the rights so that I can use from here.
Yes, of course, sir.
Because I'm trying.
Of course,
let me see if I can.
Give me a second.
Yeah, I'm
sir.
also trying to do it from here. The sharing is not turned on. You have to give me the power.
Please try, sir. It will working now.
Okay, now I think I am having most probably.
Yes. Now it is working.
Let me see if it is working. Then in that case, it is totally fine.
Yes, it's visible, sir. Your screen is visible.
Are you able to see it?
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible, sir. So after a little, I would like to share little details about you to our participants, sir. And then after we will start with your section, sir. So give me a permission for that, sir. Yes.
No issues, ma'am. But try to, keep it brief. I am not that famous.
No, sir. आप नहीं जानते आप अभी वही होता है जितने बड़े हैं उतने ही बहुत सिंपल है. So it give me an immense pleasure and honor to welcome a truly distinguished personality among us today, participants, Professor Dr. Mohan Lal Agarwal, sir. A name that commands immense respect in the world of academia, research, and global leadership. Professor Dr. Mohan Lal Agarwal, sir, is a proud recipient of UAE government prestigious golden visa conferred upon him as a national talent and contributor to the UAE as honor specially reserved for international celebrity, high net worth achievers, and novel level visionaries. He is a US Fulbright Fellow from Boston, an EFMD Europe Fellow from Paris, and a British Council Fellow from London, a truly global scholar who has brought laurels to every institution he has been associated with. Known worldwide as a CRM guru, Professor Agarwal served as a USA advisory panel on customer relationship management and customer experience, guiding strategic excellence at the global level. He has been ranked among the 251 most fabulous global educational leaders in 2019, a testament to his inspiring contribution in education and management. In 2020, he led a series of international conferences across Dubai, London, Singapore, Boston, New Delhi, and Sydney, bringing together top scholars and industry experts from around the world. So currently, he serves as a Deputy Dean for Postgraduate Program as Research and Development at the University of West London and also leads as the President of the Indo-Gulf Management Association Dubai, as role he has held with distinction since 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, it is rightly said in Hindi also, शब्द कम पड़ जाते हैं जब ऐसी personality हमारे साथ होती है. And in English, indeed, words fall short when we try to describe a visionary whose journey itself is an inspirational. Let us all join together in extending a warm, heartfelt welcome to the remarkable Professor Dr. Mohan Lal Agarwal, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shilpa. You see, whenever we write these profiles of ours, we have a kind of, hope and expectation that we will get invited. But when the same thing is read at the time of such kind of wonderful opportunities and platforms, then one becomes very, very shy. And to some extent, almost like embarrassed. So I just want to say this, that none of that was very, very, you know, it was just okay, because I have been in this business of teaching for the last 45 years, and therefore I had to do something. So therefore, these things are a part of that. But thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And thank you, everyone in the faculty development program, to be with us at this particular moment. The topic that I have chosen related to the green economy that we have, there are a number of concepts which are floating around. And I thought that I will take only one, and which is green consumerism. First of all, please confirm whether you are able to see my slide there.
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
And am I audible?
Yes, sir. Audible also.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Audible.
Yeah. Now, please, anyone, please feel free to stop me at any time. I don't have any canned presentation. I don't have anything for which I am waiting for the last 15 minutes or in the beginning of the 15 minutes. Please stop me at any time. Raise your hand and I will stop and I will talk to you. So, as I said, this is a fantastic opportunity for us to look at the new idiom of marketing, new idiom of economy, and new idiom of the kings of the market, which is the consumer. All of us know by now that consumerism refers to the rights of the consumers as consumers, or rights of customers as customers. And they are the king, and the king can do no wrong, and the king demands are never too high. They are kind of mandate to any marketer. Some of you would remember that there were three or four very, I would say, inflection points in marketing, which changed the course of marketing. The first course was that when we moved from sales to consumer. In that particular regime of marketing, the salesman was the most important person. He would decide what is required by the customer. He would also convince the customer that whatever that salesman has is the one that the customer is needing it. So, so customers had that kind of, a raw treatment, unfair treatment from such salespeople. Thankfully, that particular thing was later on taken care of, in which they said that no, the major and perhaps the only mission of marketing is to create a value for the customers. And the value for the customers was defined as the benefits that the customer is receiving for the cost that the customer is incurring. So that way, at least that I would say sin of marketing was removed. And that sin of marketing was that where the customer was the recipient rather than the reason or rather than the reason of any business. The second inflection point came to us when one of the greatest, but very, very, I would say, few articles the person who wrote, and his name was Ted Levitt. He was a professor at Harvard Business Review. Sorry, Harvard Business School, and he wrote very, very selective, but very path-breaking and influential articles. Now, one of them was what he called marketing myopia. In that marketing myopia, the person very, very clearly and without any hesitation, mincing no words, he said that we marketers are doing a very, very bad job in terms of identifying the needs of the customers. While we established that customer needs are important, we are identifying the needs of the customers very well. And because of this bad identification, there is a no connection between what we are saying as needs of the customers and what we are proposing as the product. So he created a very, very simple formula. He said that the product is not what is required by the customers. What customers require is the resolution or solution to the problems that they have. So therefore, he broadened the kind of concept of marketing by saying that we do not have to look into the product that we have, but we have to see the function of the product. So as a result, he said that it is not, that you are not in the railroad business, you are in the business of people transportation. Similarly, he said that you are not in the business of selling some kind of a tool, but which is making a hole in the mark in the wall. What he's saying that a customer doesn't want a wrench, customer wants the hole of that particular thing. As a result, he clearly told us that we should never look at the product as our given thing. We should take into account the needs that it is serving and the needs that the customer wanting to be served, and then the product should be accordingly designed. So that is how the marketing myopia was taken. Later on, the same argument was developed later on by the well-known, I would say, the author of marketing, which is Philip Kotler, when he said that the marketing is something which is not confined to the commercial world, but it is confined to any human exchange. Human exchange could be in non-profit organizations, in social organizations. It doesn't have to be commercial. It doesn't have, marketing is not the slave of commerce. Marketing is perhaps the assistance available to all kinds of interactions human beings does. And that is how we had the new disciplines like marketing in the social organizations or non-profit marketing or marketing for the causes or marketing for the institutions, or marketing for the government, or marketing even for the causes which are important for the society. So that is how these particular things went. Now we are talking about the same consumerism, that is, that consumer is sovereign, that the consumer is all powerful, that the consumer is the center of all our activities that we do. So therefore, the same type of consumerism we are looking at, but in a different context. And that context is sustainability. That context is environment protection. That context is that where instead of becoming a win win solution, now we are making it win, win, and win. Three wins. What is the first win? The first win is for the marketer, that he or she is able to retain the customers by satisfying the needs and wants of the customer in the most possible manner. The second one is for the consumer, that the consumer is happy because his or her needs are being served in the best way possible for him or her. Then what is the third win? The third win is for the society that we live in. In other words, that we are giving the cars that the customers need. We are making the cars that the customers want. Customers are happy, but we are also making cars which are good for the environment, for the economy. So that is why you have seen that how automobiles have changed their approach from that one relationship between marketer to customer to trilateral party, which is marketer, customer, society. So when society comes into a part of it, when our environment in which the planet in which we live comes into play, then that becomes green consumers. Frankly speaking, in the beginning, marketers found it a very, very big challenge because the customers were not warming up to the idea of green consumerism. They were under the impression that the green consumerism is like a lofty, some kind of a play by some talk given at the stage by the sage. It is not practical according to them, or if it is there, then they are being asked to pay more. So let me give you an example so that we can understand this part. Many of you, when you book your air tickets online, whether it is with Air India or whether you do it with Indigo or any of them, now you may have seen that when they give you the options of various flights open to you from destination A to destination B, they of course write that what will be the route, what will be the weight of the baggage that you can carry, what how many changes are involved, what is the price, what is the pickup point, what is the intermission point, what is the end point, all those things they are giving. But side by side, they are also saying that how much CO2 is being emitted. In other words, they are also telling you that if there is not much of a price difference between two flights, then please choose a flight which is less dangerous, less harmful, less negative to the environment in which we are. That is the idea of the marketers. Now, research has not come so far in a decisive manner to tell us that how many customers will do what is known as a trade-off between saving the planet and saving the bucks. Bucks means rupees or some money. In other words, how many customers will say that, okay, let us save the planet and pay more? That particular research perhaps will be a very, very good research at some point of view, either for you people to either do a research or case study, or maybe even some PhD work some of your students are doing. But that will be a very interesting point. Also, we need to know that what is the limit of this trade-off, because the trade-off is never absolute. This trade-off has to be within the, so up to what point the particular customer will say, okay, I will save the planet, but I will not save the money. And at what point the customer will say, thank you, I have done enough, but the cost of saving the planet is very, very heavy on my pocket. And therefore, I'm sorry, I don't have any kind of shame to pick up the flight, which is cheaper, even though it is causing loss to the environment in which it's a very, very interesting. Maybe, some of you can also use the techniques like, multidimensional scaling, or you can also do conjoint analysis, or many other, techniques which are available to you. So the point which I'm making here is that customer is now aware. Customer is also conscious. At least most of the customers are conscious, or at least a good majority of the customers are conscious. Right now, that particular column of how much carbon oxide is put into the cabin is not seen by the customer in comparison to the baggage limit, the route of the flight, the price of the flight, the kind of changes they are making rather than this. But hopefully one day it will come that people will make larger trade-off with that particular thing. So if that is the case, let us try to understand what is green consumerism, how it is happening, what are the challenges as well as the difficulties, and how the system works. Can we also study some global cases? And then from there, we can see practical lessons for managers and students. So here we go. The definition of the green consumerism. Green consumerism is the consumer preference for products and services which demonstrably lower environmental and social harm over their lifestyle, over their life cycle. Life cycle means as they are in the journey of being a consumer. When we say consumer, it will be a very good idea not to look at this particular thing as B2C. We should also look at this particular thing as B2B. Why? Because the market is greater in the case of B2B than in the case of the B2C. So again, if to give an example, we need to see that how many organizations will buy raw material or things which are expensive, a little bit more expensive or way more expensive. Why? Because that particular item saves the planet, saves the environment, contributes to the positivity in the environment. Again, my feeling is, or my guess is that the picture is not going to be too much different between the retail consumer making decisions and the wholesale or the business consumers making a decision. In fact, as the logic of B2B marketing is that most of the buyers are price conscious. Why? Because that price conscious attitude is the one which perhaps improves their bottom line, which improves their profit before depreciation, interest, or taxes, or post. In fact, my argument is that individual customers will be much more prone, much more favoring the things which are the environment friendly elements rather than the businesses that they will be doing. A simple example could also be that how many businesses are using the cost effective lights in comparison to the lights which are much more environment friendly. How much is the trade-off that they are making? And how much is that particular preference? So green consumerism, in simple words, will be that what is the state of preference, what is the state of liking, what is the state of choosing the products and services which are clearly good for the environment, but not necessarily good for your product, pocket over a period of time. The cycle lenses could also be from the business life cycle. As you would remember, that the business life cycle begins with the acquisition or the buying of raw materials, then how that particular raw material is converted through manufacturing process into some kind of a finished product or ready to ship or ready to sell, then how that particular thing is transported from the company or manufacturer to the consumers, then user phase, that how the consumers are using it with keeping environment as in the mind, and then finally end of life means that when the product itself is not no longer usable, then how do they repair it if they repair it, or reuse it if they can reuse it, or recycle it. So reuse, repair, recycle, all of them, and in fact few more can also be a part of this journey. So this life cycle lens could be in terms of the lifespan or life journey of a consumer, or it could also be the B2B process in which the products are taken. Ethical dimensions are also perhaps a part of consumerism, green consumerism. For instance, how many of us will buy the firecrackers or carpet or anything that has been made by the women or by the children or by the people who have not been paid very well. We all know that, even though in many cases there is a state protected minimum wage, but that particular wage may not be given to the consumers, or we may be employing in a side door or through a back door some of the employees who are definitely not allowed by the government because of their gender, or because of the risk to that particular gender, or exploitation of youth, or the children who are not fully adults. In fact, if I may say so, since we are talking to each other as a faculty, I'm also pretty angry about the companies who use unpaid interns to produce the product for that particular company for 2 months or less paid. In fact, many of you may have heard that IIMs, IITs, and all top business school interns, when they join the company, they do not work there as interns. Of course, they are given some training. Of course, they are given some orientation. Of course, somebody is supervising them, but they are doing work perhaps as close as possible if they were being paid the full-time salary. Will I accept the Hindustan Unilever product if it is taking more unpaid interns? Will I take the products from Amul or any other if they are not taking the interns by including the other parts of the society? In other words, it is not an inclusive policy of taking interns. You may have also seen recently a news item which kind of, concerned me, in which they said that more and more companies are hiring people through the internship route. Internship route means that they will give preference to those students or those learners who did internship work with them, because they believe that 20 minutes of the recruitment interview and 2 months of internship working are not comparable. That 2 months of internship period is extremely useful to them. So many companies now they are saying that we will be paying more attention to recruiting the interns rather than the final placement. Be that as it may, my issue is only this, that even though you are taking interns with this kind of idea, how are you dealing with them? Are you giving them the fair share of their wages, or are you giving them all the benefits that they want? So as a result, this will also become an ethical dimension. Am I audible still,
Yes, sir.
madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Audible, sir.
Okay. Okay. The final thing is signals of credibility. Signals of credibility is a very, very genuine concern in those businesses which are giving these green labels without having any regard to the testing or to the genuineness of the testing, and just giving almost like selling them. So even though the product says that it is recycled, or it is recycled 25 percent, or if Coca-Cola says that the can which you are using, it has been made from recycled for the 35 percent, then we have no way necessarily to validate that claim. And that particular claim could also be one of the reasons why consumers say that we are being taken for a ride, that people are not giving us the credit for the respect that we are showing, and they are only misleading us. They are only hoodwinking us. Now, that particular thing could also be there. Like, I mean, a very good example is in our cars, the pollution certificate that they get. Almost two-thirds cases, this pollution certificate was incorrect. It was not done with proper analysis, and consumers were allowed to. So if I have to define green consumerism, then or redefine consumerism, I would say this, that consumer preference and respect for products and services which with a demonstrably lower environmental and social harm over their life cycle, and validated by an independent or validated by credible sources, that this is really, really the product which is environmentally friendly, or which is not polluting or making other kinds of harms the society. In other words, I will not take the word of the marketer. Very recently, I was discussing in the case of Coca-Cola, and as you know, that in the soft drink market, the biggest raw material that they use is water. Water. Now, when you are using water, are you also water harvesting? And are you putting back the same quantity of water back into the society from where you have taken it? The argument is the same, that if you are deforesting, if you're taking away the forest, then you should reforest it. You should regreen it, and that should be more than that. So this is again an issue in our mind, that whether what you are saying is really correct, or you are just leading us into a wrong path. Now, how green consumerism works? So, this is the second part. The second part is saying that consumers are shifting demand via purchase, reviews, and social influence, and they are making demand more for those products which are environmental friendly. Or, to speak conversely, they are dropping products which could be otherwise attractive but are not attractive as far as the environment benefit is concerned. And they are using many things to say that part. They could be reviews, the why the reviews are only in terms of performance. Why can't they say that environment performance, the usage of the electricity, the usage of the water, whether it is justified or not? And they can influence through social media, and they can tell others what I felt. This kind of thing can happen. Yeah, again, just to give you one example, that almost 3 out of 10 emails that you and I receive, they have in the email a message: please do not print this email because it is going to affect our ecosystem. the environmental ecosystem. Still, I want to know that how many of us really remember seeing it, how many of us really remember respecting it, and how many of people chose not to do the copying, My guess is that the number of these three things will be much lower of the people who are aware of. So to me, this particular thing is a very, very important from also from take back services. Take back services, very few companies have what is known as reverse logistics. Reverse logistics means that taking back the used part of the product, the used part of the packaging, the used part of everything, and bringing it back. It is perhaps only few countries, and notably Germany, which says that any company which is making liquor must show demonstrably the plans to take the used product back and dispose it safely or use it. Very, very, companies, few companies have done that. And in fact, they are so stringent that they have done it. In our India, of course, many decisions made by the government has that environmental angle, but I doubt very much that how much it has been used or really, really participated. Very recently, sorry, I'm a very big fan of of Mr. Modi. So what I'm saying is not going to dilute that, but I still want to highlight that the recently metro was started in the in the Mumbai, and it has been made bigger from one point to another. In other words, there were many environmental issues, and all those environmental issues or activists or activism was set aside. No third party independent evolution was taken. That is the really so, because that will bring out the fact that how much these environmental activists are motivated, or they are invested in their own thing rather than, or in some cases really they are anti development or anti progress or not. But still, this is the point. Carbon energy standards have to be set very, very correctly. So that will also be, in other words, policy. So what we are saying is public policy. If public policy is made by the government, no doubt it's a great idea. If the policy is made on their own by certain companies, that is also an excellent idea. Because that means that you are not going into the lap of in minimalism, but you are doing something on your own, and as a result creating better and safe environment. Feedback loops are also there. Feedback loops are, like brings the cost down, transparency, all those things make a lot of difference. Very few, I would say leaders, when they present their accounts, either quarterly or annually, they talk about this thing first, or at least among the top four items. The item of this environmental impact or saving comes more like as a publicity at the end of the documents or at the end of the results that have been selected. Even the newspapers like Economic Times or Business Standard or any other thing, they talk about their bottom line. They talk about their EPS, earning per share. They talk about its a top line sales. They talk about capitalization. They talk about several other financial factors. Why don't they also spare a thought that how much has been the effective policy of this newspaper towards the companies who are doing this? Clearly, what I'm saying is impractical. Clearly, what I'm saying will be found not worthy of implementation in India. However, I have not lost hope. I'm very, very clear that someday either the consumers will force them, or the marketers will be forced by the competitors, or by the policy issues. These three particular policy issues will be very hard for any marketer to lose. So this is again a part of the consumers. I'm stopping here just for 2, 3 minutes in case people are clear about the concept of green consumerism as well as how does it work. Could you please, anybody, please feel free to share your thought. What I'm doing is I'm also stopping this presentation so that I can go to the participants and ask themselves myself. So let's begin with one person. I'm just picking people randomly. Is there Mr. Amir Sheikh? Amir Sheikh, can you please unmute yourself and share with us so far what you have got? Mr. Amir Sheikh. Is it Mr. or Miss? I don't know. Amir Sheikh. Amir, am I audible, sir? Okay, but possibly there's some technical issue. How about Akshata? Akshata Walunj? Akshata, would you care to unmute yourself and summarize what we have done so far? Akshata? This is an online class in which people should be there. If they are not there, then there is a problem. Okay?
Dear
No?
all
Yeah, go
participants,
ahead, sir.
sir, this is Rajesh here, sir.
Ji.
Dear all participants, please respond. Whatever you have understood, no,
Yes, yes. And also, if you have any question also,
it would be a
because
two-way
that's not a good
communication.
idea
It would be
that we
better
have
to.
90 minutes only one way.
Yes, sir, definitely. So please respond.
Mhm.
Hello, sir. May I come?
Hi. Go ahead. Introduce your name and your question
Yes, sir.
or your
Respect,
observation.
respected Mohan Lal Agarwal, sir. Myself, Dr. P. Rajesh Kumar from Jaipur College of Pharmacy, participating in this
Ji.
webinar. Sir, so far I understood that the significance of the decreasing the carbon footprint and by increasing new green innovation pathways and in each and every sectors for better sustainability for the
Correct.
future generations.
Correct.
Thank you, sir.
And not only is
Thank
it
you.
better sustainability, sometimes,
Yes,
Rajesh ji, it is
sir.
required to survive sustainably also.
Exactly, sir. Exactly, sir.
So it is not, that if we don't do it, then nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Something will happen.
Yes,
Right. So it
yes,
is our view unnecessary, that oh, doesn't matter, I'm not the only one. And if I'm the only one others are doing, then nothing will happen. No, it happens. Okay?
yes.
Huh?
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Rajesh, Dr. Rajesh, have you understood the concept of life cycle?
Yes, sir.
What is that? Could you please give me one example of life cycle in a business to business situation? That how this ethical consumerism or this green consumerism will work.
Sir, I understood in my perspective, sir. I may not be able to explain properly
Okay,
because I
no
am from
issues. All right.
pharmacy
No,
background.
that's a very, very, very nice thing to say. Let me go
Yes,
to
sir.
someone else. I'm sure that
Yes.
by that time someone can. Is there any volunteer or should I name names? Is there any volunteer? Huh? How about Mr. Devesh? Devesh Kumar. Mr. Kumar, are you there? Devesh Kumar ji? Please unmute yourself and answer. Okay, I think again there is some technical difficulty. What about Mr. Dr. Bhavin Shah?
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, Devesh, you are audible. Go
Yes, sir.
ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Tell us. Can you give the example of that life cycle in consumerism, ethical consumerism, or green consumerism?
Sir, basically, I have done a research paper on life cycle cost analysis of building to reduce the energy requirement of a residential building. Basically,
Right.
basically in that project, there was various issues with our old appliances we are using in the homes, and in that project we used BOPT, building energy and optimization software, to
Okay.
to determine how our all appliances using the energies, and after replacing appliances and some of the other materials in our building, suppose that we replaced our plywoods and we laminated the
Ji.
plywoods, and we used glass barriers in the partition walls as well as another partition wall like
Ji.
aluminum with different sheets material that was available in the software. And then
Ji.
we found that we were able to optimize our building up to 30%,
Ji.
and we will be able to reduce our
Wow. So
energy
optimize
cost
means you
too.
saved about 50%.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Okay. So can I ask you, Dinesh ji, one more question?
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with the concept of circular economy?
Actually, sir, I am not too much familiar, but
Okay.
uh,
Anybody who is familiar with the concept of circular economy? Anyone in the audience? Circular economy.
sir, actually, there might be something related to we are using recycle, reuse, and reduce is similar to that.
That's right. That's right. Circular economy says that whatever product we are making, after the full usage or end of the life of that product also becomes a raw material
Yes, yes, yes.
for
They
the
become raw
production
material
of
for
this.
our.
Yeah, for that product or other products as much as possible, as much as possible.
Yes,
As against that circular economy, we have got a linear economy. In a linear economy, everything comes new as a raw material to produce the product, and it goes all the way up to the end of the usage life of the thing, and then it is thrown away. There's no connection between the first part and the last part. While in the circular economy, everything is it is like let me give you an example which will be easier. Some of the showcase waterfalls that we buy from the market. Remember that when we put it in our home and the water falls, but almost 80% of the water is collected also, and the same water is also used for doing the
yes.
same function for which.
Mm.
So that is an example of circular thing. But
We are
the
using the, sir, we can say that use of construction demolition waste is also as an example of circular economy.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like for instance, a very good example will be the electronic production companies. Okay,
Mm.
these production companies, they produce new components, but they also repair the old components which were damaged. That is the reason they take it from the customers. They want from the customers, whether it is television or phone or any other electronic equipment. They always say that sir, parts will be ours, not yours. Is that correct? You remember
Yes.
that? Hmm?
Dr. Agarwal?
Sir,
Dr. Agarwal, this is Professor Raj Joshi here from Mumbai from Rohidas Patil Institute of Management Studies. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, fine. DY
Sir?
Patil University.
No, sir. Rohidas Patil Institute of Management
Okay.
Studies, Bhinder. Yes.
Okay,
Sir,
GG.
sir,
Continue.
will this example fit in circular economy where, yesterday when we were studying this, we were talking about circular economy where old furnitures are taken, okay, they are made into new and again sold to the consumers. So does this fall also under the circular economy that, we are taking the furniture or, equipments which we are using at home is now, taken from the customer. It's made into a new product which we will not realize at all. And, it comes back into usage again.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It will be a part of that because we are not letting it go as a waste, but
Correct.
we are using it in order to create the products which meet our needs as per the marketing myopia. Right?
Correct, sir.
Okay.
Correct,
So
sir.
which, yeah, so which means that, but I have a question for you, Dr. Joshi. Hmm.
Yeah.
When these companies, let us say Lenovo or IBM or any of them, when they insist that parts will not be returned to you, what
Mhm.
is your feeling? Why do you resent it? Even though we know that it is being used for either repairing them or using them for creating some similar products or something. But why do we resent it? Can you tell me one reason? The most
So we
important
resent
reason.
it of giving it because sometimes we feel that it may not be utilized properly or they may not dispose it properly, and many a times we have sentiments attached to it, and typical Indian mindset we
I
don't give
think,
it to.
no, you're right, Mr. Dr. Raj, but we do
Mhm.
not have sentimental attachment with the components. We always have
Correct.
sentimental attachment with the finished product. You know
Finished
what I
product,
mean?
very true. Very
Yeah,
correct,
I
correct,
know.
correct, sir.
So
Yes.
as a result, that particular concern which you have may not be the concern. The
Mhm.
concern will be two. Number one, that these people will take the components from us in the name of damaged components, but they are not fully damaged. So
Correct.
they will
They will
put it
resell
back,
it.
but they will charge us the full, price of that. You will agree
Correct.
with me? Hmm?
Yes, I
Yeah.
totally agree, sir.
Yeah, that is the problem. That is why consumers resent it, right? Whether they dispose it or not, we cannot control and police the behavior of everyone,
Correct.
especially the policing the behavior of people who are not in your eyes or they are not in the line of visibility.
Very
Correct?
true.
Ah,
Very true.
So these are the two things. Now my feeling is this, that
Mm-hmm.
this is the problem of the marketer. It is not the problem of the customer. Why?
Yes.
You have not sufficiently established that you are
Mm.
really taking components which were damaged, and we did not cheat the customers in terms of new things. Like taking one component from one product and
Yeah.
putting it into another product and taking another product from that, and both customers are unhappy. You agree with
Yes.
me?
I
Hmm?
agree, sir. Totally. That has happened with a lot
Yeah.
of companies and they have shut down because of it.
Exactly. The
Yeah.
second part is that even people like you and me who are
Mm-hmm.
environmentally conscious, we also need to see
Mm-hmm.
the value of that particular exchange. Why don't you reduce the price of the repair or the price of the replacement or the price of fixing it? They don't
Correct.
do that.
They don't
So
do
this
that,
is
sir.
the second.
Yes, they charge a
They,
premium on it, saying that you're getting the original part. They charge a premium on it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And many times they give a third reason, which could be true, not necessarily true on all times, but which could be true, in which they said that, sir, your model has become so old that even the parts are not available.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a very
The
common
components
answer.
are very, very, very common answer. So this defeats, to my mind, the ethical or the green consumerism, right?
Correct.
Because then
Correct,
the
sir.
consumer feels that in the name of some good cause, you are
Mhm.
cheating me. In the
Yes. Yes.
name of some good cause, you are making money off me. And that
Out.
gives a very, very bad feeling to any consumer, where the consumer has this feeling that marketer is dealing with them dishonestly. You got
Yes.
my
Yes.
point? Yeah.
I
Hmm?
totally,
And
sir. Yes.
yeah, yeah. So that was the thing. So even though circular economy is working, but
Uh-huh.
circular economy is working, to my mind, with less ethics or lower ethics, not higher ethics.
True. True, sir. Transparency is missing out over there.
Exactly. Like for instance, if suppose a car is being rebuilt by Tata Motors based
Uh-huh.
on the circular economy, then why it is not reducing the price of the same car every year? Why it is
Yes.
increasing?
Correct, sir.
Why it
Correct.
is why it is saying that because of the inflation, because of the wages, the price of the car has gone up. And I'll say, what about the circular economy effect?
Yes.
Why are you not giving the benefit of that to us?
Yes. That has to be passed to the customers, sir. Yes.
It has to be passed to us. You should have said that if I had not taken that particular thing, your car would have cost you so much. But because you have collaborated, because I cooperated, because both of us collaborated, the price of this particular car is reduced by that much.
True, true, sir. And there has to be some sticker or there has to be some color code for it which says that, one is using a product of a circular economy.
Exactly. I mean, they are not showing off. My feeling is that they are pocketing that money. Otherwise, I have a feeling, and I have no hesitation saying that how
Mm.
come that every company's profits every year is increasing?
Yes.
I mean, somebody should explain to me that
Right.
that on one side you are saying that it is competitive market, tariff barriers are there, Indian customer has become very choosy. Then why your
Yes.
prices are going up and why your profit is going up?
True, true,
There
sir.
has to be some kind of hera-fairy, if you don't mind my using the term.
Certainly, sir. Certainly. Yes. I agree with you what you say.
So
Yes.
that is the thing I'm saying. Okay.
Sure.
Is there
Thank you, sir.
anyone else who would, yeah, you're right. Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else who would like to ask any questions so far? Any person? Okay, this is it. How about Dr. Paul, Fermi Paul? Would you like to make some quick comment? Dr. Fermi Paul? No?
Sir, may I suggest a
No?
name actually? Uh, may I? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, please go ahead. Sorry.
No, no, no. Thank you, sir. Actually, may I call Mr. Naresh or Professor Naresh from Andhra Pradesh, because he is very, very enthusiastic participants, and each and every day
Please,
he's
please
asking
do
so
that. In
many
fact,
questions.
I need this help, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you
Please
so
go
much,
ahead.
sir. Professor Naresh, are you there, sir? So every time you have asking many questions, sir. So the platform is yours, sir.
Mr. Naresh, you have been targeted.
No, sir. He's very interesting
No,
person,
I
and
know, I know.
yeah,
Mr. Naresh, are you there?
actually he's a research scholar, so
Oh, okay,
he's taking
okay.
each and
No,
everything very
young,
interesting.
young people can do many things for us,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So therefore, please go ahead, guys. We have to make it interactive. This is not one of my I did not win all these awards for lecturing. I won all these awards, a repeat invitation, and I think ma'am will also know now that I do not like to make a one-way traffic lecture, if you know what
Oh,
I mean.
yeah. I think he is not
Yes,
there now.
no issues, no issues.
Okay.
Anyone
Yeah.
else who is volunteer? Anyone who is volunteer? No? Okay, all right. Let me pick one more person and then I think I'll move on. And that particular person this time would be Muhammad Alauddin. Are you there, Mr. Muhammad Alauddin? Mr. Muhammad Alauddin, are you there? Or you're just turned on the link and gone for some shopping or something to make your wife happier. Okay, all right. Nobody is going to help me. We have got how many people? We have got, my God, 94 participants. And not even one person is saying that, yes, I'm ready. Huh? What about Urmila ji? Are you there, Urmila ji? Urmila ji?
I think we have to give them one more chance,
Yeah,
sir.
we have to tell them, that it is an interactive lecture,
Yes.
not just in the evening that put the computer on and then go somewhere else.
Yes, they
What
are
about
all.
Dr. P.
Ji.
Janani? P. Janani? P. Janani? Are you there? No? No problem. Then I think let me go back to what I was saying there. Yeah. Oh, there was a message. Sorry.
Okay, so
Okay.
Mr. Alauddin said, I am here, sir, continuously fixing my mic, but somehow it is not working.
Oh, technical difficulty, huh?
Yes, sir.
Achha,
So,
no, no problem, no problem. The very
yes,
fact
sir.
that he has answered, I appreciate that.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's see that how does it work? I'm trying to make it a big.
Sir, please click on slideshow mode. There is a button slideshow.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The slideshow, where is that?
On the top right
Slideshow,
corner, just beside
top
share.
right column. Yeah, top right, remote control. Then here, should I say here? Slideshow?
No, there is just beside share button, there is a slideshow. Click on that button.
Share, and then there's only pause. There's no slide share.
No, slide share, not a slideshow. There is a button. It is
That's what I'm saying. There's no slide.
your screen is might be paused or your cursor is not moving, sir.
Yeah, it is not moving.
Just there, it is written over that. Just go right, sir. Right
Here?
beside your icon, your profile picture, sir. There is slideshow. Top right corner. Yes, just move upper, sir. Upper side.
Let me try again.
सर टॉप राइट में शेयर का शेयर आइकॉन का साइड में है सर, स्लाइड शो
जी जी जी,
प्लीज।
मैं वही देख रहा था लेकिन मुझे मिला नहीं।
सर जो हेडिंग लिखी हुई है ग्रीन कंज्यूमर एफडीपी इको विजुअल 4:3 एम्बेडिंग, उसके आगे बढ़ते जाइए, आपको पे स्लाइड शो का बटन दिखेगा।
Okay, I will send the screenshot to sir.
Yeah, can
Meanwhile,
you please
yes, sir.
please
And
help me, please, ma'am.
sure, sir. Meanwhile, there
Hmm.
is a question for you, sir. Dr. Swarnima Tiwari. She
Ji,
want
go
to
ahead,
ask.
ma'am.
Yes, she want to ask greenwashing and green marketing difference. So, if you give
Uh, Sorry, what is the term she used? Pre or
uh,
free?
greenwashing and green
Oh,
marketing.
greenwashing. Oh, of
Yes,
course, of
yes.
course. Greenwashing, exactly what I'm saying, unethical way of showing that this particular product is uh, environment friendly while it is not. It is, greenwashing is a factor almost like eye washing. You know that where we do eye washing in order to make people or cheat people, that kind of thing. It is not a greenwashing products is a negative product.
Okay, sir. And the next question is from Mr. Yashwant Patel. He want to
G,
ask how green consumerism is helping to increase more sale.
more sales.
Yes, sir.
Without doubt, doctor, it will increase sales, especially for those people who understand the value of environment, who understand the value of sustainability, and who owe, as if that they owe it to their children or to the future generations or to the natural assets around us, that we must act responsibly. So sales will definitely increase without doubt. In fact, my goal, my feeling is that the component of sale based on sustainability will be only going up increasingly rather than decreasingly, increasingly. Why? Because the environment education is being given to the children at a lower level. People are also going away from their subsistence buying to comfort buying to luxury buying. So therefore, there is no economic necessity or economic reason for us to buy cheaper products, even though it harms the environment. So no. And I would also say that even the people who are, like how should I say, if the middleman, if the channels of distribution also feel the same way, then they may also not keep the products which are decidedly anti-environment. Does it answer your question, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, you're welcome, sir. How are we doing so far, Mr.
You
Patel?
are doing, sir.
How are we
Excellent.
doing so
Excellent, sir.
far?
Excellent,
Huh?
sir. You can continue.
Okay, all right. Ma'am, now can you put the slides on, ma'am? Or I don't know what is wrong here. Uh, Now I think it is here, sir, perhaps.
Yes, sir. Can I share my screen or
Is this your screen?
no? That is your screen, sir. It is showing your screen from your
Eh,
side. Just give me a second. I'll share my
What
screen.
happened here?
No,
Something terrible happened.
okay. It's okay, sir.
Oh, Shilpa ji, Shilpa ji, good, good, good. Can you make it bigger, ma'am?
Yes. Is it okay, sir?
Perfect, perfect.
Okay.
Okay,
And which
so
slide,
now
sir?
we go to the reason. No, previous slide, ma'am. The
Previous slide. Okay.
Ah,
Yep.
all of us know that anything which needs to be adopted, it has to be adopted and it will be adopted only after a very logical process in play. Very logical place. So, like for instance, most of you would remember, uh, I will get back to you, Dr. Meera, in a minute, the India's thing, okay? I will definitely answer that question. So, like most of us would know who teach marketing or have been studying marketing, that there is a thing called ADA model. ADA. A is or it is an acronym. A stands for creating awareness. Second is I, it is for creating interest. The third is creating desire. And the fourth is creating action. So awareness, interest, desire, action. My feeling is that this ADA is also a key driver for our green consumerism also. For instance, we need to explain and make it aware to the people that there is climate, plastic waste, biodiversity, all are important for both consumers as well as the sponsors of those companies or funding agencies or investors. In fact, if we can make these two people much more, why go for consumers? Why not go to the investors? If the investors can also take it as one of the key criteria to evaluate whether to fund or not, then I think the risk awareness will increase a lot in the case of, and there have been many companies where investors have lost a lot because they did not take into account the aspect that we are discussing, that is the ethical consumerism or green consumerism. Uh, there have been many companies which have been closed. Some of you may remember that Vedant, which is considered itself to be the king of commodities, several plants, aluminum plants of them, have been closed, and as a result, investors lost. And they were closed because there were environmental violations and also because there were concerns. So this is for me the first. The second is that I believe that the corporate commitments are extremely important. If if the if most of the companies say that no, it is our job not only to change the behavior of the consumers, but also change the reasons for which the consumers will change our behavior or their behavior, then I think the process will be better. Remember, everybody wants to change, but also remember, everybody wants a reason for that particular change. If you can explain that reason, the change happens fast. Regulation, no doubt. Compliances, no doubt. Government policies and all that, no doubt. Court appeals, no doubt. All these things will make the adoption. There have been many cases where products changed because of that. A very good example, since Madam also asked about this thing, that there have been many cities in India which were known for making products like Firozabad near Agra. Now they were making the glass-based bangles and many other items and all that. Because they were asked to leave, because they were asked to change, now they are using better practices. And not only because of that, I was very, very surprised to see that on the bangle boxes, it was mentioned that ethically produced, environmentally produced. Now, I cannot imagine that a literate person who has money also will not go for these kind of products where this certification, whether it is greenwashing, that I don't, but at least that part is there, and therefore one will pay for it. Innovation, very important. We need to change our designs. We need to change our method of making the products. We need to change the way we produce the product. Why not? Packaging now has become very much more improved thanks to all this thing. You have already seen that how much plastic use and all that particular thing has been cut down because of innovations that have happened in the packaging. Our colleges, our business schools, our technology schools, all of them are innovating in terms of distributing the reading material to the consumers innovatively. In other words, that we are cutting down on the use of all those products which would have caused an effect of that. Then social norms. I would be extremely delighted, although I will be damned if that happens, that where the two people, instead of asking, "Are very nice cloth, where did you buy it from? Oh, looks nice on you." If they change these questions into another set of questions, and that set of questions, "Oh, good. I hope you know that the fabric that you're wearing, this particular fabric is very, very good for the environment. And thank you very much that you have contributed with the way you're producing the product. The jute mixing or many other linen and all those things are part of that. Even green cement now is being used by the consumers as the basis of buying social norms. In other words, in a particular, I wouldn't go that far to say that the entire society will change, but I definitely believe that the part of the society will say, no, I don't want to buy it. There are many people I know who will say no to such products because they say that it somewhere offends the people in the society or it's not good for them. The stare that we get, the criticism that we get, even the way we dispose of our trash, that itself is a very, very important social norm. So hope that we get that part. Madam, next one, please. If we look into the shifts as a result of the consumer behavior, very, very interesting things are emerging for our consideration. The first one is that the issue is becoming beyond price and aesthetics. Let me give you my own example. There is a green retail chain in Dubai. And about 12 years ago, 15 years ago, when I went to one of their stores, I just couldn't stand the banana, the appearance, or any other product, the vegetables. They were looking almost that they are old. But actually, they were not old. They were made from the natural process rather than all these fertilizers and this and that. So that is aesthetics. Then price was also high. So my feeling is that at this particular thing, people are saying that okay, price is important, appearance is important, but ingredient safety, origin, and repair options are as much important. Let me give you another example, although I'm giving a very, very, I don't know, uh, low impact example. And that example is this. How many tailors who have got one machine, and these people are springing up almost in every society, and many, many more people are going to get their clothes mended rather than thrown away. To me, that is also a very, very good consumer behavior shift. In other words, wearing something of that particular thing is not shaming, is not anywhere low down, is not as if that we are conjuice. All this is important for that. Then trust is also now being given or should be given in certifications and certificate coming from many other agencies. So very, very important. And their impact. Buy less, buy better. What a beautiful thing. Why do I have to buy a product because it is on discount, because it is on promotion, even though I am not going to finish it, even though I see that the packaging of that material is suspect, even though I'm not sure whether it has been made in the ethical manner or not. So therefore, buy less, buy better. And buy better means here not that buy for product quality, but environment quality, ecological quality, ecological safety and all that. So to me, that particular thing is very, very servicing, I think will become many, many. I don't know. I'm making a very, very wild guess here. But there are many startups which are doing very well because of this shift. And one of them is this urban ladder, or now it is called urban. Why this urban and other kind of multi-service providers are becoming so important in the lives of the people? Which means people now also understand that even though we can throw it away and replace it with a new one, but let us give it a chance. Let us give it a chance. I mean, I have no hesitation in sharing my own example that whenever I come back to India after 3 or 4 months, half of my gadgets are not working because the house was locked, because there was no one who was taking care of it. So this time when I went there, 2 or 3 items were not working. My fridge, then I saw my water purifier, and then I also found my, uh, my wife and I found out, I did not find, my wife found that even the microwave was not working. We never had, even for a moment, this thing, even though we can afford to throw it away and buy new one. Why? Because we got this impression that new means no problem for 7 years or 5 years or 4 years, like that. Believe me, we got it mandate, we got it repaired. And many times the repair and the new difference wasn't much, but we preferred repair because of this ecological reasons. That who is going to take it? Or we develop that kind of idea that we repair it and give it to someone who is more needy, and then you buy another for you. So for me, responsible consumerism is a part of green consumerism. Responsible consumerism. Just because that you have the money and you can buy anything, no. And then community influence, reviews, creators, peers, all those kind of things are going for this. So my upshot or my summary in this particular thing is that consumer behavior is decidedly going further. Madam, next please. So before I go to the corporate role and product design, a lady had asked the question that how does India compare to other countries in this? To be honest with you, ma'am, it is not apple to apple comparison. It is not, correct comparison. Why? Because India is not as developed in per capita income as other countries are with whom we want to compare. Let's say Germany or Switzerland or France or UK. Since our per capita is not there, our propensity to go beyond those particular things will always be limited. But in general, on policy frames, as well as in general, in our attitude, India is making decidedly demonstrable progress. Many people talk about it, whether we are buying a fridge or whether we are buying something else. So corporate is also listening. Corporate is also proactively listening. Well, corporate is not just reacting, it is also proacting and creating that. An excellent example is Voltas or many of other brands. They have gone into that particular thing. They're designed for repair and reuse. I am sorry, but I believe that we have gone back, or we will go back to the period where end of the life product does not mean end of the life. It simply means an opportunity to have it looked at again, and if we can find it, let's do it. They will also buy from ethical source. Example is Nike. Example is Microsoft. Example is to some extent Tesla, where they have said that we will be going only for those sources which are doing correct things. Fab India, which I will tell you in a minute, will be a very good example of that. So no, that part is not there. Okay. The next one is measure and assure. I believe that the life cycle metrics and third-party verifications will be extremely useful. They will have to go. If not, industry will have to create, like Hallmark was created for gold. I'm sure that the same kind of thing will be required for almost every product. Already we are seeing from an organization in India, which is called Bureau of Electrical Efficiency, BEE, and it is giving a star rating to all electrical products in terms of their environmental safety. 5 star, 4 star, 3 star. They are giving this particular rating only for the process that was used in order to make that product. And a student of mine who is the head of it, he once told me that, sir, he is reached out by almost everyone to sell that kind of certification. And he says, very, very ethically, I have spurned all those offers. I have not even accepted one for that point of view. So my feeling is that all these things will improve. So product design will improve, and there will be no shame in using the products. Next, madam. So these are the challenges. I think as I mentioned, that the wolves, the bad people in the society, the bad people in the marketers, the bad people, they are actually a very big threat to us, telling us something that it is while it is not, which is what we call greenwashing, or which I mentioned earlier also, that's a negative term. So it undermines the trust. I think if that particular thing is done seriously, then the consumers will also take it seriously. And my feeling is that even those people should also be penalized. Why couldn't be some kind of, the same, the dimensions could be used as we have used in terms of ingredients, sourcing and all. Cost premiums during early adoption, without doubt, it will cost, but as the economies of scale increases because of our propensity to buy that, then the prices will come down. I've already given 2 or 3 other examples in which they can say that we are reducing the price of the product every year by this, because we are doing circular economy, because we are doing environmentally respectful manufacturing. That particular thing, if they come, then I think it will be a great idea for them. Information gaps without comparable metrics. Now, before I go into this, even our own schools and universities do not decrease the tuition fee or share the benefit of less paper use. Why? Because of this online teaching, or because of digital diffusion, or because of digital emailing, we are making less and less paper use. Then why are we not giving the benefit to the consumers in the name of this itself? And look at the impact. If suppose my University of West London says that this was your tuition fee, this year we are going to reduce it. This year we are going to reduce it because we have done this kind of thing, green repair and all those things. As a result, you will not be getting anything more. So I'm giving you discount. Why are we not giving? They don't even mention it. Why can't we put dollars in place of thoughts? Why can't we monetize the thoughts and share that savings with others and see the impact of that? Suddenly people will take it. Everywhere we say save energy, save electricity, save water in the organization. Sure, many of us do it. But then is there any benefit sharing of that with us? Even notionally, even symbolically. In other words, people see anything which is intangible more respectfully when it is shown tangibly. So to me, the challenge is that this particular thing has been taught more as intangible rather than tangible. Supply chain complexity, multi-tier verification is non-trivial. My feeling is that this verification, no doubt, is required, but this will also be used less and less when we reoriented our philosophy, when we reorient our thinking, that we cannot, shall not, will not do. Let me give you a very, very bad example. It has got nothing to do with this green consumerism, but I'm just trying to share the power of the thought that I mentioned. There was a very, very big brand which came from VST, Virginia Sultan Tobacco, Hyderabad, many years ago. And Deepti Novel, one of the beautiful of yesteryear's heroines, she was the brand endorser of that cigarette. That cigarette was meant for women. That cigarette was designed for women. That cigarette was manufactured keeping in mind the women as consumers. packaging, manufacturing, ingredient selection, all of them was done. It was one of the best, and the product failed within months. Why? Only because the distribution channel, the distribution retailers, wholesalers, and all that, they were very unhappy that why should I sell a product to women which is not ethical? And why should I push my product? Then, okay, smoke, smoke, because I have got a product better for you. Nonsense. And the Virginia Sultan Tobacco Company had to withdraw it. It is one of those examples where the distribution channel forced the company not to do the wrong thing. And that is exactly what it is. So I hope that particular part is understood by you in the same way. Can you go back to one or two examples, ma'am, later on the case studies? There are some case studies later, ma'am. Ma'am, next one, ma'am, where the case studies are given. Yes. Look at this company called Patagonia. It is talking about worn wear. I'm sure you would have heard another term, pre-loved clothes, pre-loved television, pre-loved cars. Pre-loved car or worn wear is the same. And what they are saying is the model is a repair, resale, and don't buy new ethos to extend garment life significantly. You have to forgive me if I give you an example that recently when I was in London, by the way, my wife, who's also 66 years old, 65 years old, and I am close to 70 years old, both of us went to 16 countries in 1 month in Europe. 16 countries. And in each country, we of course went to the malls and shopping because when the lady is there with you, it is almost impossible not to think like that. But we also visited some of the stores which are called worn wear or some value village or something like that. They are saying that no need to go and buy garment. Worn wear repair centers, mobile repair trucks, trade. My, what a wonderful idea. There's a company I'm forgetting, but whose shares I own, and that company is in Hyderabad. It is totally in the totally in the view in the business of recycling and then manufacturing, recycling and their raw material is the one that they buy, wealth from waste. So that's the kind of trying to say. In other words, I think we need to go past that thing that every cloth is new when it is new. I would say every cloth is new, which we didn't have earlier. And even if it is a worn cloth, I don't mind. Our prestige, our status should not increase because of that thing. And therefore, we have to create a shameless environment that, yes, such products are also valid by, such products are also acceptable. So that is the thing that I would like to say. In other words, share incentives, engineer durability, fund repair capacity, etc., etc. Next case study, ma'am. Next case study, IKEA, company which we all know very much. What is the model? Circularity and solar. Renewable energy they are using, take back, second life, pilots for furniture. Execution, massive rooftop solars on stores and distribution. Renewable sourcing. I think we really need to drop that old feudal philosophy that, oh, if it is second hand, it will not work. Oh, it will not work for 7 years, 8 years if I had taken the new one. True as well as untrue. True from the point of view what you are saying, untrue from the point of view of environment friendliness. I think India must move, and India is in the right place. India is having the heart in the right place to go from this use and throw philosophy to use and reuse philosophy. Yes, we don't have to necessarily do it, but we should do that kind. So management lesson is use size, scale, standardization for shift supplier practices and customer norms. Modular furniture is an excellent example. You don't have to throw the entire chair. You just have to replace probably the parts which are not doing well. And since it is standardized, the thing will work very well. I think marketers must standardize the sizes so that people can repair it. Last case, madam. Next one. Next. Madam, one more. Go for one more. This body shop, perhaps we will not be able to. Fab India. Look at the companies that we have. Fab India, Tata Tea, ITC. All these companies are going towards the products which are good for the environment. Now, whether they are greenwashing, I don't know. Because without research or proof, I don't want to accuse anyone. The same way Tata Tea's example of their campaign Jagore, in which they were saying that how responsible citizenship and consumption is important. ITC and Godrej also did recyclable packaging, EPR compliances, incremental circularity, etc., etc. In simple words, make it a philosophy of the organization. So this is where I'm ending now. Okay, anybody who's interested in the PowerPoints, I will be very happy to share it. Ma'am already has it, but I'm stopping it now. Ma'am, stop it and let the people ask questions because this is the final moment. And please, you can also tell me how was my delivery, how was my contents, was I giving the correct examples, or I was just wasting your time. Go ahead, sir. Mr. Raj Joshi. Thank you for your feedback. I can now enjoy my tea. Go ahead. Akshay Kumar, any thought? You can write it also if you cannot speak, if the microphone is not working. Really? You think so, Ruchi? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Uma Shankar. Thank you, Uma Shankar ji. Thank you. Anything that I can do better in this? Did I do justice to the green consumerism or I was talking to myself? Thank you, Ruchi. Definitely, I have this habit of making things easier because I believe that complexity is made more complex by the people who have not understood it. And therefore, to me, it makes bigger impact if it is simple to understand. Akshay, anything you want to say? Akshay Kumar, you can write your comments also.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah.
Thank
It
you,
was so very
Prithaji.
nice
Thank you very
interactive
much.
session.
Yes, go ahead, sir. You were saying something.
Yeah, actually, I am into sustainability. I am into circular economy, and these all
Ji,
sessions are really helpful for me.
okay. I would say something to you. Mm, as I mentioned to ma'am, that I was on the move and I'm taking this session in the dining hall of a hotel because this week I'm hosting a delegation of students, MBA students from a major university. Perhaps some of you may have heard that, and which is called Pandit Deen Dayal University Energy Institute. Okay, so they are actually just waiting for me to finish this lecture. Today I took them to the largest solar energy center, largest. And they were almost, that their eyes were open when they saw, and it is done by a company called Diva, Dubai Electricity and Water Authority. Now, what I'm saying to all of you guys is that please take my name, number, and email ID from madam. If you wish to request the slides, I will be very happy to slide it. And if there is anything that I can do for you or for your colleagues from Dubai, please feel free and do not think of money. Yes, my charges are very high, but I never bargain. Whatever one gives by his or her Shraddha, I take it. Why? Because that is not what I'm looking for. I will never say no to you because it was low price or low fee, and I will not accept it because it was high price. So this is the number. I'm giving you my India number. You can add it in your WhatsApp. 8851 8851 342 362. 8851 342 362. Correct. And Mohan Agarwal. And you can write your name, and but you must write that you and I met today in the session. And anything that you need, we also arrange free of cost internships, international internships to the students who are our partner colleges. Why? Because that is not our goal. So if you need any of that, any session, if you want, any conference which you are doing, but if it can be done online, I will be more than happy. I'm teaching it already the same way in IIMs. So, it becomes the course which I teach there is marketing of startups. But marketing is one of my favorite subjects. And second one is strategy. Madam, is this okay, Madam Ji?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Organizer,
sir.
Madam Ji?
Perfectly, sir. Yes, thank you so much, sir,
I
for
hope you're not feeling bad that you found a person through blind date.
no, my God, sir. It's blessed to have like you, sir. It's
Thank you.
really
Thank you,
it's
beta.
it was
Thank you
nice.
very
No,
much.
Was
no,
yes.
no, not at all, sir. We can say that you are our Sankat Mochan.
अरे नहीं नहीं ऐसा मत कहिए मैडम ये बहुत बड़ी
Yes,
बात है
yes,
मेरे लिए
really.
नहीं नहीं ये
Actually, we
आपने बहुत
both
बड़ी
are there in a tension, but
हाँ
really you are there
जी
and the session is so
जी
nice. Just we
नहीं
are
नहीं
and your support is really there. Then
नहीं
means
मैम
I know that
टोटली
the
ओके
Shilpa Madam network
टोटली
is
ओके
very nice,
नहीं
but it is really very nice to interact with you and thank you very much from the bottom of our
थैंक यू
heart.
वेरी मच थैंक यू
Definitely we will be there in the next session
जी
also.
जी जी नहीं
But
आप उनको भी बोल
really,
दीजिएगा उन्होंने जब मुझे सुबह जब मुझे कांटेक्ट किया एज यू नो दैट यू गाइस आर 1.5 hours ahead of us correct
yes, yes,
so I
yes,
was
yes,
doing
yes.
all this correspondence with you while I was on the move as I was taking the
Oh,
students I took students to 3 places today the
oh,
Dubai International Financial Corporation, then I took them to Diva, then I took them to American University, and then I took them to Free Zone Center also. I was just showing
yes.
them different parts. So wherever I got the time, I just and then I requested a hotel that can I sit in a restaurant and can you give me Wi-Fi?
Sir,
So they
thank
gave me
you.
the Wi-Fi and I was
After a so busy schedule and so hectic schedule for you today, I can understand that 3 visits a day, and then 1.5 hour continue session. It is really very nice and really very informative session. It is our pleasure.
thank you, madam.
Accidentally, we are here because of some medical emergency of our already part, but definitely this is not an end, sir. We will be there for the conference and all. Definitely, we will do something. We are also from the MBA department, so and like to work with you in such a nice manner. Thank you very much, sir.
बिल्कुल मैम
And thank you,
बेफिक्र होके
Shilpa ma'am,
हाँ हाँ हाँ
that you so.
कभी भी आप कमर्शियल रीजन से मत घबराइएगा ठीक है कमर्शियल रीजन्स आर इम्पोर्टेंट बट नॉट सो इम्पोर्टेंट ओके अब रिलेशनशिप इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट
Really
And
very,
whatever
very
you
true,
say,
sir.
whatever
And
you
that,
say that I can give only this much, I will take that. But I will
no,
not
no,
deliver
it
as
is
per
not,
the price. I will deliver as per your expectation.
Yes, sir. Of
it is
course, sir.
always be there, sir. It
Yes.
is always be there.
Thank
And
you.
madam, we will definitely move on because it is really very nice to be there. So thank
Yes.
you very much, Shilpa madam also, and thank you very much, sir also, to be here for us. Thank you, sir.
Yes, and
Thank
I
you
would
very much.
like
Thank
to
you.
share one thing
No.
also, sir. Actually, I saved Abhishek sir number as a Sankat Mochan actually, and now and now you're also, sir.
मुझे
Thank you, same
मुझे लग
person.
रहा था कि अभिषेक को आज डांट पड़ने वाली है
नहीं
कि
नहीं
तुमने
सर,
ब्लाइंड डेट में कैसे लेके आ गए.
सर आपने यहाँ पर आने के लिए जो आप रेडी हुए, इतने बिजी शेड्यूल से, एंड आपने जो एफर्ट्स लिया कि आपने
जी
अलग से एक होटल किया एंड वाईफाई लिया, आई मीन इट
नहीं
इज
मैं
अ
बिल्कुल
लॉट
That
वो होटल
फॉर अस,
is
सर.
होटल के
that
वाईफाई में हूँ.
that shows the dedication, sir. We all are learning from you. It is a
Yes.
good
नहीं,
learning
God,
lesson for us also only. We
जी
are so,
एक्चुअली मेरे
हम
हाँ
लोग
मेरे
अभी
बगल में
छोटे छोटे
मेरे
हैं
हाँ
वो.
मेरे बगल में डायरेक्टर बैठे हुए थे उसी के, जो मैंने बताया ना, यूनिवर्सिटी. हाँ,
जी जी जी
उन्होंने कहा
जी.
डॉक्टर मोहन आपने कैसे एक्सेप्ट कर लिया इतने शॉर्ट टाइम में. मैंने कहा इसलिए कि
Thank
एक
you.
आदमी ने मुझको बोला जो मुझे जानते हैं, और मैं उनका दिल नहीं तोड़ सकता था.
So
हम्म.
nice of you,
और
sir. So nice of
तो
you.
मैंने कहा कि नहीं
And
कोई बात नहीं, जो उन्होंने कहा आप ऐसे कैसे ले सकते हैं एकदम. मैंने कहा बस जो चल जाएगा चल जाएगा, अच्छा हो जाएगा.
नहीं
no,
सर,
sir,
बहुत
really
बहुत
very
अच्छा
thank you.
हुआ सर. थैंक यू
That
सो
that's
थैंक यू
why
बेटा.
I use the word Sankat Mochan for you. But definitely we
नहीं,
will go.
वो संकट मोचन आपके भी है, मेरे हैं, वो हनुमान जी हैं. बाकी और हम लोग कुछ नहीं है. हम लोग बहुत छोटे लोग हैं.
क्या रहता है ना सर, वो किसी के रूप में आके हमको संकट से
अरे
बाहर
नहीं नहीं,
निकालते हैं,
मत
बाकी
मत
कुछ
मत कहिए, कुछ भी मत कहिए. थैंक यू
नहीं
everyone.
सर.
Okay
थैंक यू सर,
guys, so
थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक
can
यू,
we now
थैंक यू.
end the session? हाँ.
यस सर. एंड
हाँ, अब मेरा नंबर नोट जरूर कर लीजिएगा, एंड प्लीज डू सेंड मी योर फीडबैक एंड
यस
एनीथिंग दैट आई कैन डू फॉर यू एट एनी टाइम.
श्योर सर. थैंक यू सो
अगर
मच.
आप दुबई में भी आ रहे हैं तो मुझे कॉल करिएगा, क्योंकि इंडिया से वो व्हाट्सएप नहीं लगता. यहाँ पर व्हाट्सएप कॉल्स आर नॉट अलाउड, ओनली
ओके
व्हाट्सएप मैसेजेस आर अलाउड. ओके, तो
ओके
इसलिए आपने देखा होगा मैम. जी गो अहेड.
Thank you very much, sir, for enlightening us in a very good manner. And I like your dedication and energy level, despite of being a busy schedule for whole day.
आप लोग हैं सब,
Uh,
सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी आप हैं.
sir, that teaches us also
कोई बात नहीं,
learning
चलो.
experience.
नहीं नहीं, थैंक यू, गॉड ब्लेस यू ऑल. थैंक यू मैम.
Your email.
हाँ,
थैंक यू सर. द
thank you.
सेशन वाज सुपर हिट.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Thank you everyone for your feedback. Thank you everyone for your thoughts. Just continue to keep me in your prayers. Okay? All that. That's all I need.
Thank you, sir. And thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Good night.
Namaskar.
Yes.
Namaskar.